how to always run your life by priorities. There are so many people in this life that they just go drifting through life, and I hate it, because I see weakness, and weakness is not something I like for some reason. It's perhaps because I was weak. But this video is about you. If you have very strict routines with yourself, if you don't run your life by priorities, and if there is always something coming up in your life, you made it happen. And so in this video, I want to talk about how can you master your time. If you don't master your time will be wasted. Consider the fact that you have free will. This is your power to choose a new direction for your life. When you begin to consider time, you will never be able to master your time unless and until you run on intentions. Most people have journals these days. That's not something I want you to keep your mind at. I want you to have an intention journal where you write down what you want to achieve for the day, for the week, for the month, and for the year, and 10 years from now on. You see, if you don't run your life on intentions, you will become part of other people's intentions. It has always been like that. And here, there are two ways in which people lead themselves: consciously or unconsciously. Consciously is when you direct your life in complete understanding of what you're about to do. With other words, you set your own targets and you follow them through. And I think this is the best course of action. This is a sign of maturity an individual can employ in his life. And then we have the unconscious. Here, you see the majority of people who aimlessly drift through life, and they watch Netflix and they spend time on social media and so on. You could do that. I'm not saying you can't, but don't do just that, because otherwise your time will be wasted on this planet. And I'm sure that's not something you want. If you constantly live in a state of urgency, with other words, there are things that fight for your attention, and you have no time for yourself, that's a big problem. That's a very big problem. So your first step is to take a notepad. It's time for you to live consciously through the power of your own intentions. Be more aware of your direction in life. Be more aware of your habits, with other words, because habits compound and they act as a snowball effect. So living consciously means to have the power to discern what's good for you, and so choose a direction that's gonna serve not just you but other people around you. Very few people can do this. That's why most have a meaningless existence, but that's not you. So first step is to take a notepad and start writing your intentions down. Precisely write what you're going to do that week, do that day, do that month, do this year. Never start your day without a plan. I want you to really realize this, because this is so crucial, brother. Always have a plan, always follow an agenda. Even if, let's say, you have to go to school or to a job you hate, or you do something you don't like taking courses or classes. Write down your intention on how you're going to behave there. This will put you in control. And at the end of the day, I want you to analyze how far off you went from the intention. Because you see, the more you set intention, the more your mind is focused to achieve those small goals. So in a way, you're training your ability to achieve bigger goals in life, just by mastering this conscious intention. This is a skill that not many people do it. That's why most people are poor and broke and lazy, because they live their lives through the intentions of other people. It's very clear. You can clearly see around you. As long as you don't set yourself your own intentions, then you'll obviously have to follow somebody else's better intention. Why wouldn't you be the one who has the better intentions? You can come up with something, but please first sit down and write your intentions for the day, for the week, and for the month. Start from there. Never start your day without the plan. Never. You'll never see a big man in this world or who has walked the earth who didn't have an agenda. So please, all the time, have your plan with you. Write it on your phone, write it on somewhere so you can see it. That's your intention. You become the creator for that day, for the month, and so you're the creator of your own life by starting small with small intentions. And make sure you follow through. Follow through on them, and you will see an amazing thing happen. Your subconscious mind will start helping you achieve that intention unconsciously, which makes you an unconscious competence. So you begin to direct yourself towards self-agency, and with you can take others. And not only that, you grow as a person. And when you grow, you understand more. And the more you understand, the less you have to work, because this is knowledge, and applied knowledge is power. So focus on your intentions. Be a man of value. Give value to people. Become different. You can, just by having the intention to be so. You'll be astounded of how the universe responds to this. People say it's hard and they never make plans. But that's people. Just try it. Just start it. And you'll be amazed by how much You will come close to your intention and be able to achieve it eventually. It will take time, it will take effort, but it is better to choose your direction in life rather than letting somebody else come up with an intention on how to live your life, on how to behave, on how to dress. You are a man, you're not an animal, right? So always plan everything in your life. Plan everything. Point number 3, work every day. You cannot achieve anything worthwhile, like writing a book, like building yourself, like building muscle, like building intelligence, character traits, and everything in between. Wealth, everything, without working every day at your goal. Even if you write it down, even if you look at it, you will not be able to achieve anything worthwhile unless you focus. Focus, because most people can't even focus for 5 minutes continuously. So your power becomes amplified when you focus. I want you to really understand this because this is a key point. People can't focus for 5 minutes. Andrew Carnegie said it. You have to spend more than that every day on your goal, coming up with ways on how to achieve it. Spend time every day figuring out how can you better achieve your goals, identifying with that reality you want to manifest, spending money to make more money, attracting customers, working on your goal, doing introspection, doing research, and so many more things, right? They all call for your help. If you ain't gonna take your time and put it into your goals, then somebody else will take that time from your life and put it into their goals. As simple as that. Your time is passing, you're wasting it or investing it. Make use of it, because if you don't, you're gonna waste it. Or somebody else will use your time for their goals. And that's the last thing you want. You want to use your time and get other people on board your goals. Remember, on board your goals, but you do it in a manner where they also grow with their own goals. That's the optimal way of balancing things out. But if you look outside of you, not everything is as it should. You can see this in the lives of most people that walk the earth. So you want to cultivate yourself and precisely the ability to focus for 5 minutes every day. Even more or even less, depending on what responsibilities you have. But make it your foremost duty to focus continuously on something of real importance to you and to the people around you. You will see this time will pay many dividends and it will come backed with value, clarity, and insights. So many options available will be available and visible to you as soon as you sit down and focus your whole brain, your whole mind on the very thing you want most in this life to achieve, to obtain, and to become most. It's easy. You really have to believe you can do it. And when you start believing you can do it, other people will believe in you and they will follow you. And this is how you become a battery for the ecosystem you created. And it's a constant loop you reinforce by following your vision and your goal, because you're now creating it consciously. And that's the only difference. The only switch most people are not willing to flip. Some people never flip it. Our next point is to visualize. When you focus in those 5 minutes or more, I want you to visualize. Please visualize. You need to see the reality as if you're the person already during this time management / allocation where you build your own life. You want to visualize, period. This is a non-negotiable. The thing you first have in your mind will become the thing you hold in your hand. Everything you see around you has been conceived first in the imagination of man. So if all things have their origin in imagination, then why not use the imagination to create the things you want? And it's going to work because you use your own imagination, not other people's ideas or even imagination, if you want to put it like that, but rather use your own power on yourself. And so you become the creator of your own reality. This investment, this time block, where you visualize as if your wish is already fulfilled, or you being the person who's already having that reality, is the most crucial bit of time you can invest in yourself. From here, by visualizing, you will know naturally what actions to take. So your time will be saved and properly invested towards the things that really can make a difference and bring a change. And this works because you work precisely on something you want. There is no unclarity. There is a certain direction, in fact. And when you become certain, the universe becomes certain. And obviously, when you want to master your time, you want to be constantly in motion. You want to make use of this time. Of every second must be invested properly, either in feeling or in action. Remember, you either visualize or you act on what you visualize. These are the two parallels you need to consider when you want to create something worthwhile. And your work will be meaningful when you start to feel it. Because once you feel it, you know it. And when you know it, you have it. It's just a matter of time. And time is passing anyway. So your duty now becomes to feel it as well. You cannot visualize without feeling. So remember this. Always have it in your mind. You visualize and you feel. You have to pair this. thoughts and emotion, your intention with how you feel about it. You will have to match these up. Be a unified whole, and you will see your reality changes for the better. Because when you combine thought and behavior into one, that's when you become unstoppable. That's what most people don't do. I want you to also take this as a small exercise. Just closely look around you and see how many people do this and how many don't. You can easily measure the amount of service they provide just by looking at them. And lastly, have no resistance when you master your time. If you waste time, don't dread over it. Just go over. You want to be flowing when you work with time. If things don't turn the way you want, just know that there is a better outcome that the universe wants you to have. So you gotta take your time. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Just say maybe. When you have a so-called failure, just frame it as maybe it's a failure, maybe not. When you have a delay, that's there for a reason. You'll find out the reason later. So the delay is good. It's always good. And even if you don't get what you want, take what you can and call it the best. Some of the things will never come to you unless you're ready for those things. So when you see a delay or a change of plans from the universe into your life, just know that it's not you wasting time. It's just a different divine plan for your destiny or for your future or for your life. So never resist, especially something you don't understand. That something you don't understand could be how the universe works in your favor. Don't be mistaken about this. Be rational, be logic, try to understand and be open-minded. You have a far better chance of being at ease even when things don't turn the way you want or when misfortune happens than when you try to make everything on your own and still call it a failure. So there's a clear distinction here. There is a crucial bit you need to understand about this. It's all easy. Master your time by always planning and following through. Your plans might not turn out the way you want, but your ability to plan will always be with you. That's your best asset you have. Thank you for watching and I hope this video helps. I'll see you in the next ones. If you have any comments, observations or anything you want to know about, just leave it in the comments and I'll respond to it. Thank you.